What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-hosts with me.
Everybody know last night happened, but the fandom don't change. Okay, feel me? It was rough. It was rough in those streets.
I called it. I just didn't get the score right.
Lightning bolts every damn where, unnecessary rain delays. Weather was weird, just a weird vibe. But it was a home game for the squad. We just didn't get the job done. I blame Gruden. I get to watch, TV this morning. Everybody want to come from my man Derek Carr, but when you look at how he played in the second half versus how he played in the first half, to me, the only difference was play calling. That's really it. My man Jay has said it in our text messages, and I believe he said it on air, that this year's Raider team, it should be pass first, run second. In years previous, run then pass. This year team, pass then run. But Gruden want to be so bullish, so arrogant, so goddamn stubborn. He want to rely on this run game when we don't have the offensive line to really push the power like that. And that's just what it is. There's no shade to the guys that's playing. They just not them guys just yet. You feel me? And so the conservative, weird play calling, the defense playing as best they could against a team that is high-powered like the Chargers, you got to respect what the Chargers got going on. They not no bums over there, bro. So you can't come out there and play bum football. You can't. The Chargers go down there and score first drive. We come out and run the ball 2 out of 3 plays. What? You need to be aggressive. This is going to be one of them games, champ. So, you feel me? Much respect to the Chargers, what they had going on. You feel me? I said it last week. I'm going to roll with my squad every week because that's what you're supposed to do as a fan. And I just don't see the Chargers as superior. But they won the game. No shade here. We just got to be better. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah, it was a tough one. To me, I think Carr, you're an evolved quarterback. You should have been learning in the sense that when the run wasn't working, that was so deflating to have them have a 7-minute drive, score a touchdown, and then to come out and put up a 3 and out. And it was just oh my God, my energy just got sucked from me. And then to watch the whole rest of the first half basically be instant replay of them trying to establish the run. Like you said, we're down a couple of guards and it's just and Carr, you've been doing it for 3 games straight, man. Pass to set up the run. Do something to switch it up. And it wasn't the first or the second drive. It was the third and the fourth one where I'm no, please don't. So I was skeptical and I was a little tempered with getting too high off of 3 games. And so I'm still bullish on them. I still think that we can do some things. I just Ruggs, Renfro, Edwards, all of them. You got to take shots, man. And you can't be just sitting here being a victim, especially when you're going up against a QB that is, showing signs of being the one, or at least one of 3.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys save that soapbox that y'all got right now for later when we start talking about football. But we here to talk a little bit about Andrew Wiggins because he was on the soapbox today, or yesterday, I should say, in the press conference when he was talking about being quote unquote forced to take the vaccine because he had to take care of his kids and future kids. And this is how he provide for his family. And if I can't play, I can't provide. But just know I'm the only one in my family that took the vaccine. And just know I didn't want to do it. They made me do it. How do y'all feel about that?
Because I'm going to let Jay go second because he's a Warriors fan. So I know this is more hit home with him, I just want to put that out there. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. I don't remember the NBA coming to you, holding a gun to your head and say, get this vaccine. We talked about it. Life is about choices, and choices have good or bad consequences. That's just what it is, bro. I'm seeing people more and more have this conversation. Social media, everybody a goddamn doctor, everybody an expert, you feel me? And it's all you damn web MDs know that the vaccine is this and that, but then Usain Webb MBBs know it's just, not good for you. Like I'm not understanding. I will never understand, and I'm not even here to try to understand no more. But Andrew Wiggins, you have to do what was in the best interest of your actual playing career. So don't try to pawn this off on the NBA, bro. Because you could have sit there, if you really want to stand firm, then don't play, or at least don't play 41 games. You feel your teammates not forcing you. Your teammates is in full support of what you got going on. And that's supposed to be you playing for. So you did it because you knew the financial ramifications. Call it what it is. And you feel me? Nobody forced you to do nothing, my guy. That's just what it is. If you didn't want to do it, there were consequences. And because you did do it, now there are positive consequences. And that's where I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah. What continuously goes undersaid, it is that there was a 95% effective rate when you take this vaccine. So that means 95 out of 100 people are not going to get it, which means that you ain't passing it to other people.
Wait. You're still going to get it. You're just not going to have them severe symptoms. Just
you're not passing the severity of it. That gives everyone a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me? That
so
gives
whether
everyone a chance.
Yeah. The key thing here is you ain't passing it along, and you're not exposing other people because you are not partaking in this vaccine, right? So everything that I hear is somebody prioritizing themselves. But when you interject yourself into society, your local community, you are adhering to what is going on there. Doesn't matter if it's bringing a gun to school because you're getting bullied and you want to protect yourself. That ain't in line with what everybody else and the different machinations of what can happen when you take that knife to school. A vaccine, you don't quite, if you're really talking about 10 years from now, it's like, well, what's the opportunity cost of getting that 50 million that you got owed from the Warriors? And then, the other byproducts of not getting the vaccine. He's making it sound like he's a victim and that he's a sellout for taking it. And I'm just kind of over it. And it's also about how good are you and what are your contributions to your team. Kyrie can get away with it. A G leaguer can't, right? And not even Kyrie's going to get away with it. But I'm just tired of the victim stuff associated with it. Did nobody create this vaccine on purpose so to short Andrew Wiggins and his personal decision to not take it? So I'm over it.
Here's my take. I'm gonna keep it short and brief. He made the choice. He chose money over, quote unquote, his pride and what he believed in.
Polluting your body, your faith, whatever.
If you really is ingrained in your faith, don't play. If you don't have enough money saved up to support your family right now,
he want more.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you got bread, you know what I mean?
Bread, like
if you don't have 50 million or whatever you already made ain't good enough right now to say 100. I don't need basketball no more. That's something you got to think about. You may have to downsize your crib. You may have to change some things up. You ain't gonna be able to live the certain way, but there's houses you can pay for, and for 100, 300, 400,000. That's nice in some certain areas if you want to. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to do it, but just call a spade a spade.
Hey, babe, and to your point, like, and this is like the other half of the spectrum. But like, for example, Colin Kaepernick, really risked everything to stand on what he really believed, and it cost him everything.
Right.
You didn't see him back down from what he believed in. You feel me? Like, it's silly how the media flipped what he said overall.
Right.
But just on the circumstance of what you're saying, if you really believe in something, and we're not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't believe in.
Right.
If you're going to stand by it, because the respect you're going to have for me is like, damn, all right, chap, you did what you felt was the best interest of your faith and and I'm a rock with that. Like, all right, this is what he have to do. But for you to now, like Jay said, play victim, like, come on, man, that's
the victim card. They got to chill with that. It's like my boy, one of my dogs, he still ain't took the vaccine, and he's standing by it. He gonna do whatever he can to he ain't got no other choice because he know if he don't take it, he can't work. And if he can't work, can't pay bills. That's just what it is.
Here's the real question for your boy. If somebody offered him $50 million to take the vaccine, would he do it?
I don't know.
No,
to be honest,
He must be a special kind of ninja if he ain't.
Because he's really into his faith, and he's really into, like, he will argue to death about vaccination. I'm telling you the real. He'll be like, no, I don't. Why? I'm not gonna sell my soul for some bread. And that's how he probably will put it. Because again, if that's what he really stands for and what you believe in, then you're not gonna sell out for a check.
You're a special kind of person if you got 50 million sitting
But
in
see, that's
front of
what I'm
you
saying.
and
It's
you're
all
saying
about,
I ain't
like,
taking the vaccine.
again, money isn't everything, but it's good to have. But if that's your moral compass to say, I'm not selling out, I'm gonna stand my ground.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
All joking aside, I actually appreciated Wiggins because Wiggins didn't go searching for the press conference. I do believe he had some things against his moral compass. And because he makes so much money and it's hitting this inflection point with the Warriors, all this heat is coming his way. And he's playing a victim, but he's put in a messed up situation. And I actually appreciate his brutal honesty. Like, I didn't want to, but I got 55 million coming to me over the next 2 years. So you know what? I'm just gonna take it.
Look, you can miss me with all that. Because all that was unnecessary. Saying they made me do it, it was forced. You had to do that. You took the bread. Just say, hey, look.
But he's getting asked questions. That's just how we felt.
No, but I'm saying,
but you could just say that, like,
yeah.
You say, look, I had to play. If I didn't take the shot, I couldn't play. Simple as that. To use your family, to use your kids, and then to say, just know, I didn't want to do it. I was forced. That's a jab. That is
extra.
Like
it's extra.
Saying, I didn't want to break up, but I didn't have no other choice. What you mean you had no other choice? You got all these other choices. You can stay if you really want to make it work, or you can leave. Don't try. He was a really good guy, and everything about him was just great. I didn't want to break up, but I didn't have a choice. What? Does that make any kind of damn sense? Why would you even say all that other stuff if you don't? We can miss me on that. Let's keep it moving because we can talk about this all day. Who else is in the hotline? Because it got hot in line.
Woo!
With my man Urban, because he was in them urban communities with some urban youngsters. I tell you that. He had a little shorty doo-wop Dewey, giving them a little what they call that
band to make her dance. Band to make her dance.
Made her dance. And he went to go visit his nieces and grandbabies or whatever at a game, or I think it was an event. He ended up going to an event, and a little shorty doo-wop slide in and start hitting her with the twerky works, and it's on camera. All on camera. And now it's in the frenzy, and everybody is on Urban Meyer's top right now. No point intended, okay? So let's talk about it. Urban Meyer, man. How do y'all feel about it? I got some feelings about this whole stuff. And it's getting.
Let me go first. To me, this is a whole bunch of nothing, man. And I'm sitting here like this, man. The people, when the internet and the media got it in for you, they are undefeated. They will come for your head, and it doesn't matter. I'm like, bro, he took a low self-esteem franchise like the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's trying to do what he do. His track record as a coach is very successful. And it's like, what are you expecting from this dude this year? Like, if they're starting out 0-4 and they're trying to change the culture and they're going to start out slow and they're talking about him, not caring or looking at the USC job. Like, what are you expecting from this dude? There's only one person he has to answer to if he getting twerked on. Only one. And that's a personal business between him and his wife. That is it. Apologizing to who for what? What is this? The media and the internet is undefeated, and they are coming for you, Urban. I feel sorry for you, bro. I wanted to give you a year, 2 years before we start coming at your head and calling you Adam Gase or whoever, or Nick Saban or whoever, but they're coming for you, bro.
Listen, man, I just feel like you said, they make big deals out of everything. And the only big deal out of the situation is that he was getting a little lap dance and it probably wasn't approved by his wife. Champ. Like, that's legitimately it. Superstar athletes are in the strip club every week. Every week.
Every day, probably, damn near.
Come on, yeah. So it's just Urban Meyer a little older. So when he getting a lap dance, it look a little suspicious. Just like when the Jerry Jones video came out, and he had, or the Jerry Jones little picture, and he had the chicks. Like, it's just because when you old, they like, ain't you above this, having a little something twerking on you. I'm just saying that's what they think. And it's like, oh, you the head of the company and you shouldn't be acting like this. It's like, bro, like, he's a grown
acting
man.
like what though?
That's what I'm saying.
He basically was supposed to mush her off of him. Like,
that's it. And so, but here's the thing, Jay. If he mush her or he like,
oh yeah, you right.
He's still on social media for being some kind of whatever it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, he's technically in a no-win situation. But my gripe with him is from the stuff I was reading about what's coming to the players. Because it's like, bro, you out here canceling real meetings to have apologies out throughout the team. Those are grown men, like I said, that's at the strip club daily. Mm-hmm. If anything, you're supposed to walk in that thing like, look, fellas, she was cute. She decided to throw that ass in the circle with my bag.
Right.
You feel me? Y'all know how it is. And the players will look at you like, coach. Yep.
They'd have probably been like, hey, home team. You feel me? I would have built some camaraderie at the end.
That's how they like, coach, see, you can't be going out with listen, we would have protected all that.
Care of you.
Coach, let me school you, dog. Let me show you
coach,
how
like, this is what is you apologizing for, champ? You good, baby? Like,
I'll tell you why he's apologizing.
Talk to us, baby.
Because he has this image. Think about it. Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer's into faith. He's great.
Hold up, babe, hold up. I understand that. But you have to get that Urban Meyer coach, the most infamous Florida team of all time.
I know. I'm telling you though, the image, perception is everything in the world we live in for some people. And the perception is you're a married man, a head football coach, you're into faith. You shouldn't be allowing a girl to dance in your lap.
And to make her dance, though.
You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to put yourself in better situations because they make it seem like just because you're Christian and just because you believe in God, you don't make mistakes and you're not human beings. They put you on this higher pedestal as if you can't be like anybody else. Like,
in that moment.
In that moment, people make mistakes. The only one perfect dude that I know about, that I've been taught about, and what I've learned is God. That's the only perfect guy. As if you believe him or not. At the end of the day, we can say that for another day. But here's my thing. The media will dog you so much. They will put you in the dirt so much to create a narrative to get you fired. And I feel like Urban Meyer is on that path of not even finishing the season. They may even use this situation for a reason why they're going to fire him. They may, because that's what people would do. Because the perception is, now you got people not buying tickets because you got people like, he's an unfaithful.
They wouldn't buy tickets anyway. They ain't lost 19 straight.
He's an unfaithful husband. He's out here committing adultery. He's got young girls dancing on him. This is a bad. I'm being 100 because this is real deal right here. Yeah. The GM could be like, you know what, Herb, like you got to apologize because it's not looking good. So you got to be good for the next rest of the season to keep your job because we don't want to fire you. But we're going to have to. And that's the part that the media plays is that they can create a narrative, right, that gets out to the public, right? And then the public creates this whole uproar and then everybody's pissed off. And then you got the players now just throwing you under the bus saying you counseling practice. Now it looks even worse than what it is because now you're like, bro, you counseling practice? Come on, dog. Come on, man. And so, Herb, here's my thing. You need, whenever you go anywhere, I don't care if you're into God or not. I'm just going to be 100. You need to make sure you ain't on camera, number one. Number one. That's number one. Have people, if you in a public place, hey man, don't be out there in a public place. But if you in private situations, and you gotta have them NDAs, non-disclosures. They signing if they coming in them private parties, non-disclosures, because again, I guarantee you that little girl, she did that on purpose. I guarantee it. It was a setup. I guarantee it. I promise you. Because
knew the person and probably knew the person with the camera.
Probably knew the person with the camera. I guarantee it. It's like, let me go over here. Dance on Urban. Film it, please. Put it on my TikTok. Let me get some views. We know what it is. And so you just got to be careful in this world, because it's like you can't be human. If you're in the public perception, you can't be human. You can't do nothing what a regular person would do. If you're a celebrity, if you got money, you can't do nothing that a regular person would do because you held to a higher standard. Come on, dog. They're still human beings. They're going to make mistakes. Stop putting these dudes greater than what they are. At the end of the day, I don't see Urban staying the whole season. I think Urban's going to be gone before the midseason, to be honest with you, especially if they keep losing. It's going to be like, well, we ain't winning anyway, so get him out of here. And he's not going to last. That's my opinion. But we'll figure that out as we move on.